In this section, I'm going to show you what are your options and break down the process of creating charts into small chunk bites so you can understand the process better before we dive deeper into creating charts. The process can be broken into three layers: the data, the view, and the user interaction. At any part of those layers, you can either use React, D3, or other libraries that integrate with React. Having option is great. However, it can also get you really confused because there's so many options. So understanding your option is important. It can help you make an educated decision as to what to use and when. The section is really broken into those three sections of graphic, user gestures, and animation. In the first portion of the section, I will show you how to create graphic with HTML and SVG elements using both React functions and class component. We're going to be utilizing ReactJS as well as D3. We will consume data and draw element. In the last portion of this subsection, we're even going to create our first simple bar chart. In the second part of this section, I will show you how to set mouse events both in React and in D3. And lastly, we're going to learn about animating graphic using React and also animating with D3. By the end of this section, you will have an idea of what are your options when it comes to drawing, setting events, as well as animating graphics along the way. I will show you the options of setting function, class component, and we're going to talk a little bit about component lifecycle hooks and give you some tips. Now, in terms of creating charts, the high-level layer, as I mentioned, it can be broken into three layers, and I created a little checklist for you so you can follow when you're creating charts. So let's see what each layer includes. We got the data layer, which if we take a look, for example, at the charts, the simple charts we're going to create in this lecture, we're going to create a simple bar chart, right? So the first thing we need to do is we need to get the data. We need to work with the data. Once we get the data, we need to set the data so it can be consumed by our component. And then we need to process the data because sometimes you may get, CVS, JSON, whatever format you're getting, you need to process some of that data in order to display it. Then in the view layer, we need to integrate into React lifecycle hooks. So, in function component, we use it using use effect. In class component, we integrate it into the lifecycle, and we're going to talk about that. Then we need to draw the charts, and again, we got D3, or we got React, or we also have third-party libraries that can help us with that. Then we need to style the component. After we've done all of that, then we want to add transition and user interaction. For example, if the data change, we may want to transition it nicely, or once the user clicks something, we want to handle the user gesture and handle transition. So we're going to cover all of that in this lecture.